So the first one is called Thumbprint Cookies. There's a woman on the city bus eating peanut butter thumbprint cookies like lemon drops, laying them on her tongue and slipping them down her throat like stuffed grape leaves. She looks at me, offers one, and I turn her down, and she tells me I look just like her granddaughter. My mother always taught me not to take food from people in the city, but this woman looks at me like she wants to know something, so I take her up on her offer this time. She tells me her granddaughter lost her father to the Vietnam War and her mother to HIV back in the 80s when we didn't know how to swallow narcotics and tailor ourselves into saying, "We're not dying, we're just restless." Her granddaughter started to get bumps on her legs when she was 9, she says. And when the child started to itch them, the bulges turned to swollen welts, like backwards gunshot wounds protruding from her skin. When they turned to bruises, the doctor started taking blood and telling me it wasn't my fault, she says. And I don't know if I believe her anymore because she seems so calm, like we're talking about the lack of snow in California this year. She pulls the wire and steps off the bus. I watch her walk up the porch steps, flick a light. She probably puts a pot of water on, pulls out the brown sugar and the peanut butter, pours them each into a porcelain bowl. I bet she pulls the kettle off and pours a cup for tea, then reaches her hands into the dough and tries to knead herself into soundness. Okay, my second one is off after a Tom Waits piece. Kind of. Song, piece, I don't know what you really want to call it, Tom Waits. But he's wonderful. If you don't know him, look him up. He's amazing. Okay, I can read this before. Okay, the tire swing. He takes down the tire swing from the pepper tree, kneads the coarse rope with his hands and the knife, and cuts swinging into segments, dips the ends in tar to stop the fraying. As he twists the rope justly round the tire's edge, he comes to a single point, ties sailor's knot slipped with the setting tar on his hands. I heard he has a dead wife somewhere in the country. He keeps molding the fibers in his palms, and I watch him through the fence as he chews on the ends and spits tar into the grass and kicks it like he's stomping out a cigarette. The grass starts to peel up, and he keeps kicking until he catches the maggots in the soil. He takes one look at them and spits and kicks hard like he's trying to mold the grass, too. I heard he has no kids of his own. He scratches at the wood of the pepper tree where the branch crosses over and used to hold the tires straight. He looks angry when he can't get rid of the ring on the wood and mutters, "That limb was going to die anyway," and leaves it. Then he starts picking through this pile of scrap metal that I bet he picked up from the dump on 17th Street. I heard he used to have a dog. He thumbs through the tin wire and picks out a silver strand, plies it into a hook, and hangs the rope from the center. When he turns it in his fist, I can see the cuts on his hands. He's losing track of the metal as it scrapes him. And my last one is a Terzarima, which is a fun little form. Okay. Okay. It's called Feather and Bone. I actually have titles for all of these, which is really surprising. When the cars come screaming down the track, I stop and think maybe things come slow this way, whisking pebbles off the road. Then I start to stack the passers with my eyes. A small man starts to pray, racks his fingers in his dry fist, and cranes to see. He's singing to himself. He waves and holds the porter. "Could you stop the trains?" The porter looks as if he's trying to assure me that he'll call someone to help the man. And for a minute, I'm not even sure he's human anymore. He's emptying his pockets of breadcrumbs to feed the birds, though he looks like he should be eating crushed bread from others' palms, like the sparrow at his feet. He picks up the bird, raking fingers where narrow feather meets bone, and when the crowd begins to form, he lets them whisper and watch him and hold out their coins. He won't take them. A small girl tugs at the hem of his coarse jacket. Her mother yells, "Don't touch the filthy man," and I'm sitting and sketching the place where finger meets bone.